This spring I flew to the Venice Boat Show in May to take a look at what seemed in the press releases to be an important departure for Azimut, the Italian company that is the world's largest builder of motor yachts. The boat is called the Seadeck 6, an eco-friendly 57-foot express cruiser with what looked like a beach on its stern. The show was being held in the city's Arsenal, a boatyard that dates back to the 12th century. It's tucked away in a part of Venice that I'd never visited before, and just traveling there through the city's canals and narrow alleys was a feast of architecture, history, and more different types of boats than can be seen most anywhere else. For an old boating magazine and internet publisher like me, it was like going to heaven. When I first started my career in boating journalism 55 years ago, American boats ruled the roost. But for the last 3 decades, Italy has led the way, and Azimut is the Italian builder who has been doing most of the leading. This is the boat show debut of the Seadeck 6, Azimut's foray into a whole new series. This is a 57-foot boat that has a 16-foot 7-inch beam. Let's take a look. Azimut calls this boat the Fun Island, and while it was the first builder to popularize what we've been calling a teak beach for 30 years, its designers have really outdone themselves now by creating a relaxing sea-level lounge and resort on the edge of the water. The furniture on the aft deck seems to me like something between a restful spa lounge and a plush outdoor bed. Further forward, its clever settees fore and aft of a table beckons one to cocktail hour. Port and starboard, the bulwarks fold down to create wings to open up the boat to the sea. Aft, the fold-out steps from under the swim platform create an ingenious stairway to the emerald waters of the Med. The main salon is opened thanks to this bulkhead window that retracts. Once inside, you see that the side windows go almost all the way down to the deck. I mean, this is unheard of in this size boat. The Seadeck 6 is all about open spaces, being open to the sea breeze, and having the air come through the cabin. The salon reminds me of a comfortable room in a beach house facing the sea. There's nothing pretentious here. The L-shaped white sofa is freestanding and informal. The galley is hidden away as it might be in a suite at a high-end island resort. The cream and sand-colored materials making up the deck, cabinetry, bulkheads, and overhead let the blue sea and the blue sky be the star of the show instead of the interior decorator. My initial reaction is there's a lot to like here. First of all, the screens are low when you're standing, and even if you're sitting, because you're sitting up high. So that I like. I also like the fact that the window is high. This mullion seems like it's pretty big, but I'm not having any problems looking around it. The controls are easy at hand. These cup holders are not very deep, so I don't know quite what they're for. Coffee cups, I guess. I'd like to see them deeper so I can put my cell phone in there. They've put the compass in the right place. We have a bow thruster and a joystick. So we've got Volvo Penta engines in this. I expect that they're IPS. There's a one-piece windshield with pantographic windshield wipers that are super strong looking, and there's also spritz, so that's handy. Americans, of course, would like bigger screens. These look to be 12-inch. We can easily put 2 16-inch screens here. Also, please note there are defoggers and also air conditioning on the helm. The seat raises up. Oh my goodness. Look at this. You're on top of the world here. So this is a great vantage point for a kid who you want to teach how to drive, and tall people will appreciate this as well. I'd like to see a dockmate or a yacht controller here, and that'll make this helm perfect. Now here's something I'd like to see all builders do. Under this hatch is the breaker system. So here's our battery control, and here are our main breakers. I can read all of the labels, easy to click on everything. They're easy to see. You don't have to bend over and look down and try to read what they are. This is a terrific idea, one that I heartily endorse for everyone. We're entering the master stateroom. It's amidships, which of course is the most comfortable place to be. The master bed is up against the starboard bulkhead. This is a bit unusual, and I'll tell you what, I like it. They've gotten good headroom here, 6'6". If you look closely, you'll see how they've handled the stringers. This area is on the bottom of the boat, more or less. The stringers are here. There's a step up here, about 5'9". This is a terrific way of laying out this master in a 57-foot boat. To port, we have a luxurious settee that can be made into another bed. And over here, we find the hanging locker, and behind here, shelf space. The layout is contemporary. We've got vertical grain here. I very much like this textured feel on the bulkhead. The bath is also quite modern. We have a hard surface sink and large shower. Now right here in the passageway to the master, we've got shelving. So this is a great place for towels, linens, and to starboard we see the combination washer dryer. Let's go up forward to the VIP. Azimut has done a good job of this, particularly given how pointy the boat is. This is a narrow boat up forward, which will make it a good sea boat. It'll cut through waves without pounding. And so every boat's a compromise, and they've done a very good job of making this cabin comfortable and cozy. Got shelving to port, hanging locker to starboard. Also to port is the VIP head, again with a separate shower and seat. So I like that. The guest stateroom, making the third stateroom, is, as they all are, small, but again, it's functional and it's cozy. It's got a hanging locker. It's got full standing headroom in the opening and between the beds. Now we're heading out of the arsenal, joining 10 others from the European boating press to see how fast this vessel really goes. We're going to start a sea trial at 600 RPM. We'll see how these engines perform. It's fly-by-wire, 22.0, 183 liters an hour. Okay, 2,750. 18.6, okay. 150 liters an hour. Okay, now 2,500. Let me cut to the chase. Once out in the Adriatic Sea, we spent an hour running reciprocal courses, and I'm happy to report that the top speed of the Seadeck 6 with 55% fuel and 15 people aboard was 33.15 knots. On its website, Azimut says the max speed of the boat is 33 knots, and it's true, something that I can't always say about boat builders' top speed claims. The focus of this boat is the stern. As you can see, it has wings, port and starboard, a terrific sun pad, a forward and aft lounge so you can have dinner, lunch, whatever you want, and it's all under a canopy so you're in the shade. It has nice wide side decks, about 20 inches wide. All of the outside decks are made of cork, which is renewable, easy to repair, and feels soft on the bottom of your feet. It is just one of the many environmentally progressive initiatives Azimut has incorporated into this boat. We're up here at the Pointy Inn, and it is pointy, but I can tell you there's a lot to like here. First of all, I like the horizontal windlass here. As you can see, it uses gravity to drop the chain down into the large chain locker, And also there's two large openings, so even somebody as big as I can get down there to clean up the chain if it gets tangled, which it will if you're in rough seas. Forward we have fresh and raw water washdown. The fair leads here are large and very shippy looking. I like them through the bow rather than on top. It's a lot cleaner looking. This is where you put your sunshades, and they affix into places port and starboard, so you can put up your own canopy. It's a nice light, makes things romantic at night. I particularly like these bulwarks. See how high they are all the way, over 24 inches, which is the ABYC minimum. So this is a very secure foredeck. Oh, now we're entering the arsenal. This remarkable site dates back to the 12th century and is where the Republic of Venice built its warships, maintained and docked them. The walls and towers you see were built towards the end of the Renaissance in the late 1500s. Over the years, thousands of craftsmen worked here in great halls that are still here and are not too unlike the high metal sheds where mega yachts and super yachts are built all over Italy. As the crew brought the new Azimut into the dock, I couldn't help but think that this was a perfect boat show to debut the Seadeck 6. And this 57-footer is just the first and the smallest of a whole new series for the company. In the months ahead, Azimut will be launching the 71-foot Seadeck 7 and later the 84 Seadeck 9. They're all designed to be, as Azimut puts it, a fun island where the boat's cockpit embraces the sea. As I left the show, I was thinking about the 57-footer and how she would be just the right size for me and my kids and my grandchildren. And at my age, I wondered what I was waiting for.